Lady. Ooh, bro. Oh, handsome man.
Just taking a cue from you, my guy. How you doing?
Hey, Brandon, I heard like a lot of Filipino women love you.
Oh well, I don't know about love, but yeah, I don't know. I think they just like for some reason they find white guys attractive. Maybe.
Wow. And you like that?
I mean, who doesn't like to be liked, right?
Right. So then you have all the Filipino women. All right. That's a big advantage then if they like the white guys.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's I think it's opposite attract. There's a lot to that, right?
Mm.
I think there's a
Mm.
lot to that. You see that, I think, sort of
Where are
cross
the
culture
where
attract.
yeah, where are the Filipino friends here? Why are they all on TikTok, you think? Tell me why they're on TikTok and not Instagram.
That's a good question. I don't know why TikTok has so much of that. I don't know why actually. Do
Mm. Hmm. How you
you
doing,
have any
brother?
theories? I'm
No, I
good,
don't.
man. We are having a crazy monsoon here right now. There's like lightning striking all around.
Where? Where are you? In
I'm in
Arizona?
Tucson, Arizona.
I didn't know
Yeah.
we had monsoons in America. I thought
Yeah.
monsoons was a Asian thing. Really, I'm being
Yeah.
honest. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know either until I moved here, but like like the medium weather pattern changes.
Yeah.
Like in the winter, it's all just the cross current coming across from California. But in the summertime, pattern emerges where a bunch of moisture gets pulled up from the Gulf of California, and then it creates
Hmm.
all this moisture and dew points, and then we get the heat comes in June, and then you get like these crazy thunderstorms.
Wow.
Yeah. So the interesting fact about Arizona is the two biggest ways
Mm.
that people die here are
Hmm.
lack of water, number one.
Really?
And
Mm.
number two, well, heat, dehydration, and number two,
Mm.
too much water, drowning, actually.
What do you mean drowning? Oh, from the freaking monsoons, you're saying?
Yeah, like the
No
desert.
way. That is crazy.
Yeah,
Wow. Okay.
the desert is a flood waiting to happen because everything sheet floods because there's no grass.
Mm.
So all the water hits the side of a hillside and it all just finds the lowest
Wow.
place. And people, they drive cars and they just get swept
Uh-huh.
away.
Wow. But is
Arizona
it
is
beautiful?
beautiful.
But is are the monsoons beautiful when you see it and stuff? Because
They're
you sent me
abs.
some pictures and you sent me
Oh,
some
they're
pictures. I was like, that's the
yeah.
monsoon, and you're like, it's close, but it's not that close. You're that close, but it feels close, right? It's really
They're
beautiful.
abs. Yeah, they're absolutely gorgeous, and people really celebrate the rain here because we don't get we don't get very much of it. So
Hmm.
when it happens, everything celebrates. Yeah,
Good.
man. How are
Yeah.
you doing?
I'm doing great, bro. I just posted like 4 or 5 reels where I'm just riffing.
Oh, hell yeah, bro.
Yeah,
That's
and I'm
great.
posting all over the stories. I'm going buck wild, bro. I'm just like releasing the beast. And hey, I wanted to talk to you. I sent you that message about that potential future guest, right? Like I sent you many, but the last one, she's like an awareness dancing girl. So she like
Oh,
promotes like awareness and being in touch with your body and by dancing, right? And she got like 20 million views on something where she was like dancing and just authentically expressing herself, right?
yeah,
And
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
thinking maybe we should have a live party live where we're all dancing. She shows her dance and I start dance and you start dance and we express ourselves to the best possible. What do you think about that?
We could try that. Yeah, I'm not the best dancer, but we could do it.
So you would do it, bro? You would do it?
Yeah, I would do
Oh
it. I'll do it.
wow. Wow. I want to see how you dance, bro. I'm actually curious.
I don't even know how I dance, so it'll be interesting.
So people haven't told you that you're a good dancer, like the ladies, when you go to the
Um,
bars and you're like doing, like this and the good stomping and stuff.
I've really never been to a club, to be honest with you.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I've never been to a club, and the types of bars that I went to weren't dancing bars; they were just dive bars.
Uh-huh.
They're like hole in the wall dive bars, you know. So
What's that like,
yeah.
actually? I've never been to many of those. Yeah.
I mean, they feel like home to me. I mean, I grew up in bars. Like when I was a kid,
Mm.
my dad would pick me up and we would go straight to the bar. Right? We would just go straight to the bar and he would drink beer and I would drink Pepsi or something and he would just keep giving me quarters to go play the one video game and we would eat pizzas from their pizza oven there at the bar and and we would close the bar down to 2 in the morning and then
Man,
I would get a
that
driving. That's how I learned how to drive. I would drive my dad home drunk.
man, that's a good time for a little kid, no?
It was, man. I thought I was the
Come on,
coolest kid in the world, bro.
you had the best childhood, bro. No, I had
It
no
was
idea,
the
bro.
No, it was awesome.
But that part, like dad is just drinking some beer. I'm drinking my Pepsi with
It
my
was awesome.
pizza. Yeah.
No, it was great, man. It was great. It was awesome. And then I was excited to drive. I was like, hell yeah, he's getting drunk, so I'm going to be able to drive tonight, you know? And he had a lot of faith in me when I was 10, 11 years old, is when I was driving him home, you know? Yeah. Yep.
Hey guys, Brandon has all these stories, guys. This is one of a million stories he's going to have. Oh
Oh,
my God.
yeah.
Bro, you're a storyteller. I think you could just make videos or YouTubes about your stories, bro. I'm serious. You know what I'm saying? Oh, let's see. Hey, Melanie. She
There's
says,
a,
holy smokes, same here. I had to drive my dad home from bars before I knew how to drive. He was in Hawaii, she said. Wow.
yeah. She sounds like a Gen Xer. I mean, maybe she's not, but that sounds very Gen X.
Melanie, I think she's Gen X. Yeah, she's a
Yeah.
Gen X. Melanie is my client and my friend.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's interesting. So you were
Yeah.
saying, Brandon? Yeah, your dad, and then so it was a good time.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was awesome.
which video game?
Oh gosh, there was a bunch of them. There was a ninja one called Shinobi where you had to
Mm-hmm.
like speed run these levels and throw Chinese stars and get to final bosses.
Shinobi, the Bitcoin guy.
No, it's just like an old game called Shinobi. That was
Oh,
one that
okay.
was in there. They would rotate the video games, you know, for a while. There was just that Galactica game where there's like the
Hmm.
little things coming down and I forget, some bars would have Miss Pac-Man. It depends on what bars we went to, but the one bar that we would go to most of the time was a bar called Mowers in Elba,
Mowers.
Minnesota, population
Hmm.
200 people, and it had
Wow.
taxidermy everywhere, man. I mean, it was just
Oh.
filled with taxidermy, right? It was a country bar. Yeah, it was a
Uh-huh.
redneck
Bro,
bar.
I don't get taxidermy. Why do people like that? Why do they like creepy dead
Ah,
animal things in their, I mean, like deer heads and all that shit? I mean, I don't get it,
I
man.
don't get it, bro. I don't
Yeah.
get it either. I mean, I don't really like looking at dead animals. I mean,
Me too, bro. I don't get it. I'm trying to understand. I should ask AI later. I don't get
I
it.
mean,
Yeah.
I think animals are beautiful, but they're best to be viewed alive in the wild, right?
Right.
I mean,
Right.
after they're dead, it's a little morbid, right?
You're
It's
right.
like,
It's like doing that with humans. Do we do that with humans? You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Wouldn't that be
seriously.
creepy? Wouldn't that be creepy?
Somebody probably has. I'll bet somebody probably has. I don't know the laws around that. I mean, maybe it's legal. I mean, if it's final wishes, you know, I don't know if somebody will do it. You know,
That's a good question. Is that
you know.
legal?
I,
Can you
I
just?
would. I think. I mean, as long as if you had like somebody's final wishes and it was somehow like notarized or legalized, I don't know what you got to do to make that a legal thing. You know, and you take it to somebody and say, "Look, man," you know, and then you get a tax service like, "All right, I'll do it." I mean, you know, I mean, it would be really weird, bro. Like you bring
That would
people
be
over, like
really weird.
it's my
You
former
know?
wife. You know, I love her. You know, she's still with us.
Oh my God. Guys, welcome to the show, Vibe Session number 8. Brandon, what do you think? I think this is our best show yet, bro. I'm laughing so much, bro.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man. Just rolling with the flow here, man.
How you feeling about everything of this happening? We've done 8 vibe sessions together. Why don't you summarize for us your experience? You've been here with me for 8 weeks now. man, we've been doing it for 2 months. So how would you summarize everything that's happening? Our relationship meeting. Let's tell the people like how we met
Yeah.
on X, the Bitcoin community. You joined Vibe Session on X many, later, and then we became friends. We're talking on Telegram. Blah blah blah. Tell them the whole story and tell me what you think of what's been happening up to this point of our journey together.
Yeah, that's great. I'll probably miss some things, but I met you, of course. Like, God, how long has it been now, Bruno? Has it been 2 months or 1 month or?
It feels like 10 years, bro.
It does feel like 10 years. Yeah, man. We're just like kindred souls, brothers from different mothers, you know?
And I think as we get to know each other more, it's gonna be like, wow, even
Yeah.
more, right? Hmm.
Yeah. And so we met at Thursday Night Vibe Sesh. I see Cisco in the
On
comments.
X, on X,
On
right?
on X, yeah, different platform, met on X. I popped in there that night. You were there, and I was telling stories about some of my teenage acid trips of stealing cars and doing crazy stuff on LSD way back in the day. And then we just started laughing and talking about that stuff. And then I think we figured out that we have a lot of things in common. And then we just started chatting. But yeah, it all started over there on Thursday Night Vibe Sesh on X, and we were drawn to
Let me
that
ask you
community.
something. Yeah. So when you joined Vibe Sesh X, which you joined later, because we had like 45 there, and you were
Yeah,
probably joined in at 42 or something, right? But I
yeah, right.
remember you. You were amazing. I loved your vibe, and I knew we would be friends, right? And I was just like, I forgot what I was gonna say, bro. Back me up a little bit.
We met there. We were vibing. We met on
Oh yeah,
Vibe
yeah.
Sesh.
And then you said to me, "Wow, how did you feel about the Vibe Sesh vibe back then? Was it something special? Did you think it was interesting? How was the vibe? Because I thought you were very
It felt
intrigued by
like,
the vibe." Hmm.
oh my God, it felt like home. Like I just
Hmm.
showed up and you guys saw me. I requested to be speaker, right? Because that's how it works on X. Immediately access granted. I was like, okay, cool. These guys are open. And then they're just like, hey, and we got a new guy, Brandon, what's up? And then I just started talking and they asked me questions about, and of course it was a Bitcoin show. And I think we were probably talking something about Bitcoin. And I weighed in on that because of course I've been a Bitcoiner since 2013 for quite some time now. And it just went from there. And they had all the fun little, like side effect noises and stuff. And then we just started vibing, man, and they kind of opened the floor to me and let me just run with it, and I just kept telling stories because I've got a lot of stories, and I felt kind of bad for taking over the show, going. But yeah, so that was hey, what's up, Cisco?
What's up? Keep going. Keep going.
Yeah, yeah. And so that was that night, and then somehow we got on psychedelics, and so I was talking about my experiences with psychedelics, mostly from the 1990s, and that was of course some good stories, but we were all just kind of relating around that, and then we I know, but the vibe there is amazing. For anybody that wants to go check out, it's a little bit based as far as Bitcoin, sovereign money, financial responsibility. Those if that aligns with you and you're interested, go check out Thursday Night Vibe Sesh on X. Follow Cisco, follow me, follow Bruno, and you'll see it pop up in your little lives there in X. And then just go ahead and pop in. And if you want to say something, request to speak, and Cisco will probably let you up as long as you're not
Yeah.
completely
I
crazy.
need people to speak to. That's the whole vibe test.
Yeah,
I
right.
need somebody to ask
Exactly.
questions to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's where we all met, and then yeah, and then we just started. Yeah, Bruno and I just started talking a lot on Telegram, and then we just decided to start doing shows, and so that started the whole Wednesday night vibe sesh here on Instagram, and we've had some amazing guests, man. It's been an honor and a pleasure. I'm 50 years old. I'm starting my life over. This is my third life in this life,
Third
and
life. Okay.
so yeah. Just kind of my
Yeah.
third life in this life. I've lived like three distinct separate lives in this life.
Wow.
And And I'm just really finally embracing the rebirth, and I'm embracing the deaths before them, right? I kind of posted on that today, like sometimes the fire has to burn away the older version of your life. Sometimes it has to burn away relationships, maybe even ones you cherish. It has to burn away old versions of yourself. It has to burn away old ideas. And sometimes it has to do that kind of violently to really get you to change, right? And sometimes it's really painful. That's why community is so important. But once you get to the other side of that, I find the greatest gifts come, right? I've never gotten a tremendous gifts from just sitting around and trying to be as comfortable as possible. It's usually the tremendous growth that I experience comes from a lot of upheaval and pain.
Oh man, you're so right, man. It's so
Right?
hard. It's so hard to change and evolve in comfort, man. It's so
Yeah.
hard. I mean, is it even possible?
It's
Is
the
it
very
even
nature of comfort, you know? It's like, hey, I'm good, bro. I'm good in these blankets. I don't want nothing to change, right? You know what I mean? Then God just comes along and rips the blankets off. You know what I mean? It's like that old saying, you want to make God laugh, tell him you got some plans, you know? Tell him you got some plans. You know? Not saying it's a good idea to make plans. It really is, but
Mm.
you got to be flexible, man. You got to go with the flow because life has a way of throwing some curveballs at you, you know? And that's just, I think the people that have success are the ones that make plans, but they can pivot, right? They can pivot and they can be flexible depending on what's going on, and they can reassess and go, okay, I might have to change things up. And they're
Mm.
open to that. The people that just sit with their feet stuck in cement and they're like, not changing no matter what, that can end in disaster sometimes, you know? But
Mm. Yeah. Cisco, welcome to the stage. How are you?
Doing good.
What do you
hey,
think of the
Melanie,
convo so
she's in her
far?
pivot area. That's awesome.
It's good. I love to learn more about you guys specifically. You guys have a lot of wisdom and just like the life experience you guys share, you know? And it's each unique to you guys. Like you each have just like wildly different lives. And then again, we all connected on Bitcoin. So there's like we're foundational on some based topics, you know, but it's always nice to hear more because I just get to learn.
Mm. But
Nice.
Cisco, so where do you think this is going? You're a young man, you know, you're tech savvy. Like
Mm-hmm.
what's happening with Vibe Sesh? You've seen us from the beginning. Where is this going? What are we building here? What are we doing? What do you think is happening here? I'm curious.
Well, in the world of AI, we're so worried about things being fake. And what's better than a live,
Mm.
improvised conversation where Bruin forgets what he was talking about, you know? But he's
Exactly.
authentic,
But I got you guys to
you know?
remind me.
Hmm.
And uh, yeah, everybody's online, everybody's performing, but like no one's just being honest. So like a live show, just
Mm.
I can't edit this, so I may pick my nose, I may do whatever, you know, like, and it's just what it is.
Hmm.
So that's what I appreciate about it, you know,
Hmm.
because I'm someone that always likes to go in knowing. So this was a great practice of like not knowing what's going to happen. And then
Hmm.
good conversation always comes out of it.
Hmm. Hey, you think the world is very performative, Cisco? What do you guys think about this performative thing? You think the world's getting
It
even
could
more
be a projection of
perform?
mine, but after reading that book on neediness, it's
Hmm.
just like people are doing things for approval. Like that's just the foundation of behavior.
Hmm.
And the book teaches you to be non-needy, where it's like your self-worth drives your behavior. And then if you like me or you don't like me, I'm good with either conclusion. That's like a big, as fundamental and simple as it is, like that book that Bruno just recently had, he mentioned it a while ago, but it was just really applicable to my situation. So super simple framework. And I'm like,
Hey.
I'm a needy motherfucker. I realize
He's
like,
a needy
damn,
motherfucker.
I'm needy. And I
You
was doing
can't be
things for
needy, bro.
people's approval.
That's right.
And uh, now it's like, wow, like that internal radiance, like, because you want, like, for example, I would say Bruin is like a sun, and then planets will orbit around that gravity. And so people are like latching like their moons to other people's planets, but it's like, I feel like as men, we have to be our own suns. And then obviously you can have just one planet of like a wife as an example, but you know, you can have more planets.
Why can't the girls be sons? Why can't the girls be sons?
No, they can too. But just for our example as guys.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
What it's self-generating energy that you're giving is what I would like say with that. Like it's a self-sustaining, like I don't need planets. But if they come, you know, but I don't need it. I don't know if that makes sense, but
it makes total sense.
And I realized like, oh, I was like gravitating to other people's sun.
But instead of being a son yourself, you weren't a son. Oh, wow.
Well, he's young. He's young too, though. He's young. He's finding his way, you know.
But he's now seeing that he is a son. He knows he's a son. All he has to do now is integrate.
Any human being.
Show the evidence, action, evidence, and then update your, integrate, right? Go ahead. I'm sorry, Cisco. Go ahead.
No, I mean, I don't know what more to say after that. Just, I didn't even put that idea even till just right now.
All right. That's amazing. This is what happens in Vibe Sesh.
Yeah.
Hey, Cisco, but I feel like Vibe Sesh played a huge role in you understanding that you are a son.
Yeah. And people who take the role of being a Vibe Samurai, it's like essentially teaching you are a son. And you're radiant. You have an abundance to give. Like your cup is overflowing rather than anywhere in between 0 and 100. Like I'm at 120 or something, and I have all that to give beyond. So that's what these conversations allow, the exploration of that. I feel like over time, as you get comfortable just me speaking and you're me and you're like, yeah, and I'm like, okay, so now you build confidence. And then I'm trying to do that for other people too, like on X. And yeah, just I got to keep showing up, because outside of that, I'm not really like, I'm very introverted, so I'm not like going out to like meet people. So
dude, you're amazing. Yeah, bro, you're amazing, bro. But you should go out and meet people too, though, bro. Like we were talking about.
I just got to find like common interests and shit like that.
What do you think, Brandon? You because he spends a lot of time indoors, you know what I'm saying? So he doesn't go out and meet people. Don't you think that's unhealthy for a 24-year-old guy? Or what are your thoughts about that? But he's finding Vibe Sesh and intellectual stimulation, psychological stimulation, hanging out with us. He's learning a lot. So is that okay? And just update our thing?
Yeah, I mean, well, I think he's doing fine. Like he's a host of a show, and so he's got a lot of interaction there. Anybody can pop through there. I think as long as you have a couple outlets for social integration, social exploration, that's within healthy range. I think people that just do hardcore isolating and they make their world really small and they're not really open to outside things, that can get really toxic, because our minds can become like a bad neighborhood at night, right? You don't want to be by yourself with that stuff for too long. Sometimes it's good to have at least one person that you can bounce stuff off of and be like, am I crazy? This is what I'm thinking. You don't have to share it with everybody. You just need one or a couple like people you trust that are aligned and that are going to call you on your bullshit. So that's good. And I think he's got that and developing that. So I don't think that's a problem. But man, everything Cisco was talking about, I totally agree with. You got to create your own gravity, right? And I think there's we were talking about earlier, there's all this performative stuff that's going on now, right? And everybody knows it, right? The reason that I can say performative and everybody knows what I'm talking about. But even a few years ago, that wasn't such a buzzword, right? It's
You're right.
You know what I mean? Like there's these different buzzwords, like narcissist became a buzzword. Everybody's
Yes.
ex is a narcissist, right? Like,
Hmm.
and performative is like this buzzword. And well, why is it a buzzword? It's because there's some truth to it, right? And it is because of the internet, right? Like we didn't really have that problem as much. Like were there certain things about human behavior that were performative before the internet? Of course there was, but viral, performative, reward system, validation, it's all just gone exponential with the internet. And so I'm seeing so I got some Gen Alphas. So I'm raising two boys that are 10 and 12 years old. So I get to see that generation, right? I get glimpses to Gen Z from people like Cisco and a few other Z's that I know that I'm close with that I talk to. I'm like, well, like what's going on? What's going on? And then I get a real close view of the alphas because I see their friends, I see their friend groups, I see what they're watching, I see what they're all mimicking. And there's these templates, man. There's these templates that I see that are appealing to them. And it's like this screaming fucking guy playing Geometry Dash because there was a different guy that was a screaming guy playing a different game. And it's just like all this performative shit, right? And it drives me fucking crazy. And I yell at them because I'm like, stop watching this shit. These guys are like, they're fakes. They're just doing this shit. And you're like eating it up. And so like, what I'm trying to say is, yeah, there's a lot of that. And it gets rewarded by the herd because most people subscribe to that stuff and they don't even realize it's like this subconscious zombie walk through life. Everybody's kind of herding around, right? And it changes a little bit. It changes a little bit, right? The terminology changes, the activities, the behaviors change. It's very nuanced. And so there's something else. And so people will try to do like, well, I got to be like that guy. I got to be like really screaming and fucking playing this game. And like, you know, I got to do a lot of videos about that. There's something I saw the other day that made a lot of sense. Like, the people that go really big in the first place are people that are owning just who they are, right? You got to, and you got to do something different. And what is that? It doesn't mean you got to think, oh, what different can I do? Be fucking you. That's what's fucking different. Right. You know what I mean? Like you are.
Be you. Yeah. You're already so different.
Yep. Yes. If you just be your fucking self, you're fucking different, right? And like that is such a big thing, right? And so it's like people are like, dude, you just gotta really lock into what the fuck you are and do it that way, the way you will do it. And you gotta be consistent. That's the thing about these algos, man. Like people will try something and they'll have good shit and they give up. It's like nobody likes me, right? And you know, I'm in that phase. I only got like a fucking 100 followers or whatever on Instagram because I never use the platform.
Follow him, guys. Please follow. Take a pause. Let's take a pause. Follow Brandon. Let's get him up to at least 200 by the end of tonight's shows. All right, and, 200 you know, is not hard.
That's fine, you know, but it's like but it takes time, right? And then you get to this inflection point, and then it just creates its critical mass, and then and then the algo's like, oh, you know, this guy's great, you know, but he didn't like me a few months ago, you know.
You didn't like me.
Yeah. And so, you know, there's all that stuff going on. But back to the creating gravity, man, like, you know, when you're a sun, then, yeah, you have some gravity, you have that mass. And it's like, how do you do that? And I think, especially for us men, like I always try to speak from that perspective because I am a man and I'm raising young boys. So it's just all around me. And I care about what's going on with men right now. I'm looking at a world and I'm seeing like a real fucking problem with men, right? There's issues with women too, but two things about that. Like number one, I'm not a woman, so I don't really want to tell women what I think they should be doing, right? So I'm not going to do that. And number two, there seems to be just inherently better support for women for various reasons because they have their own culture, they have their own way of connecting. They're better at grouping together, they're better at communication with each other. But men tend to be islands. They tend to be islands. They tend to isolate way more than women. And you know, we're in the middle of Men's Mental Health Month right now, and a man commits suicide every 13 minutes, right? And in this country, that's almost 50,000 people a year that are dying, right? And I don't think many people really care, and that's fine too. But so I care about that, right? And so like why men need to do that and they need to create their own gravity, and I can speak from that sense because like when guys are out chasing, and I tell my boys this, right? I'm like, dude, your fucking job is to figure out what lights you up. I talk about this a lot, right? There's this little part in this little book of like the Tao of Parenting that I love. It's an Eastern book. Check it out, anybody who's got parents. It's a great book. It's called The Tao of Parenting. There's this little excerpt in there. It says, children are not cups to be filled, but candles to be lit. And that applies to male or female. But I tell my boys, like, your job is to figure out what you don't want to stop doing. Like, what lights you up? What do you get excited about to get out of bed? What makes hours seem like minutes? Those are hints. Those are hints. And you got to keep exploring those things and really try to get back to those things. Never, ever give up on your childhood dreams. Okay, maybe you're not going to be an astronaut, but keep learning, keep exploring, keep generating, keep getting closer to that fire every time. Don't put that shit on a back burner just to always go do the front burner shit job you hate and take the path that your parents said. I mean, you can do some of that, and everybody's got a different dynamic, but always come back to the fire. Always come back to the fire. Your job is to figure out what you love, and then your job is to figure out how can you afford to stay in that space. Maybe you create a product. Maybe you create a service. Maybe you get into a career path. It doesn't really matter, but you got to be able to figure out how you can afford to stay in that space to where you can kind of make money in that space. You can stay in that space. You can keep doing that thing because you're probably going to do that thing better than anybody else because it's what you want to do anyway, right? And if you do that, work won't feel like work. It'll feel like fun, and then you're winning, man. You're winning at life, right?
Yeah,
Whatever that is for you.
But that's what I'm saying, is because Brandon, you're a big like discipline guy, right? For me, I was thinking about it, and like this Vibe Samurai thing, I've been so obsessed, and it's literally my fire, right? It's my fire, and bro, it's such my fire that I don't even need discipline. I want to make videos. I want to fucking put shit out on Substack.
Yeah, you don't have to force yourself to do this shit. Yeah, right. Exactly. That's a great point.
What I'm saying. So like that's the thing. You gotta fucking find your fire, and then you don't have to find your fire. About, that way you don't worry about this discipline shit. Damn, I gotta write a book.
I think it's twofold, right? And you're absolutely right. When you find your fire, you don't have to apply discipline. You do not have to, bro. You just go to it like a fish to water, like a moth to flame. The discipline comes in with all the periphery stuff, man, because we have all these distractions, and we live in a world like in the United States. It's terrible, man. It's like literally running the fucking gauntlet, trying to get through society, dodging sugar everywhere, right? Like sugar is like one of the worst things in society, like as far as like, you know, like all kinds of health effects come from it. I'm saying you can't have any. I'm just saying like look, like you have to have some sort of system to be able to get certain done and get to certain goals, right? And most people in this country, in my opinion, lack a lot of discipline. And you see it in obesity rates, you see it in the diabetes rates going up, you see it in all, I mean, you're seeing it everywhere, right? And people are like, oh, why could this be? You know, most people can't win their fight against the alarm clock in the morning. They can't win the fight against not buying the donuts when they walk by them in the store. And I'm not picking on people, and I'm not putting them down. I'm just saying you have to get some, like for me, I had to get mad at it. Right? I had to get mad at the companies that were pushing the sugar on me. I had to get mad at the companies that were advertising all this stuff, saying, oh man, come on, take it easy. Don't work too hard. Do the easy thing. Do this thing. Do the lazy thing. That stuff sells, right? And so I had to make promises to myself. And when you do that, you start to get self-respect. Because like every time you do something you know you shouldn't be doing, you kind of build like the momentum of, I don't have discipline, and you kind of respect yourself a little bit less every time, right? I really believe that. And I see that in people, and they say, oh, I want to do this, but I keep failing. And it's like they're creating this momentum. And it's like, and I've made videos about this too, like any day is a new day to change, right? And any day is a new day to re-identify, to reevaluate who you say you are, right? You are whoever you say you are, and people are going to believe you, man. Right? If you show up saying you're these things and you're acting these things and you're being these things, people will believe you. They have no choice, right? But when you start re-identifying and you start changing, like at first it might feel fake. You may be like, this isn't who I am. Like this is all different.
This feels weird. Yes, this
feels weird, right? But then I don't know what it is. What is it? Like 7 days it starts to habit, or 21 days it's a habit, like something like that. Like you start to change the actual physical synapses in your brain, and then it changes from a thing that I'm doing to a thing that I am, And then when it becomes a thing that you are, you walk different, you talk different, and then people respond to you different. And then so I think the discipline is good just to have as a system, because it if you're eating better, and I'm not trying to get into the politics of eating, it's almost like a religion, right? You got vegans, you got carnivores, I think for the most people, if they just cut out lots of excess sugar, and I don't want to make this a nutrition show, you just cut out lots of excess sugar and processed food. I don't give a shit if you go vegan. I don't give a shit if you go carno. Just get to whole
Just
basic
cut that
foods.
shit. Yeah.
Then you start to get homeostasis. You stop spiking your insulin so much. You sleep better. You can think better. You can access your higher brain better. You can start to have better emotional control. And then you can start implementing these things that we hear from the Stoics, from other like Buddhists, from these really good principles to kind of formulate a set of principles that you live by. And then you start to have self-respect. And then you create that gravity. You create that gravity. And then people they want to be with you. They want to take... They just want to be next to you, right? And then you start to attract things, right? I hear this shit all the time, like, well, I don't chase, I attract. Well, fucking do you? Like, is there anything for somebody to chase? Like, you have to become the fucking gravity. You can't just start saying it, right? You actually have to do the things.
Yeah.
But I think it starts with the kind of live by. It doesn't mean that you're closed-minded. You can still be open-minded. You can still listen to people. You can still change your mind. But you start to develop a gravity. Does that make sense?
That was fire. Whoa, hey, welcome to the show, my friend. What is your name? I don't know your name.
Marco.
Marco. How are you,
Oh,
bro?
do we got a fourth guy in here? I only see three.
Bro. What do you mean?
How come
This is Marco. You don't see Marco?
I see him.
No, bro.
I see
I
him.
don't know
What's going on,
I'll
Marco?
take your word for it.
Can you hear him, Brandon?
I can. I just can't. I only see 3 boxes. That's so weird.
Okay. So go ahead, Marco. What's going on?
I did now. I got invited, so.
Do you know us?
What's up, Marco?
Say it. I've been watching for a while, and you guys always ring true to my heart. So
Wow.
it's very.
When did you start watching?
Now maybe 3 or 4.
Wow, you've been watching? Wow, that's amazing, bro. Wow, you've been following? Damn, Brandon, we're really building something.
That's awesome,
here.
dude. Where are you at, Marco?
And now California.
Oh, northern or southern?
Southern, LA.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Cool.
Marco.
Yes.
You nervous right now?
Little. Yeah.
Why are you nervous, bro? You're home, brother. Calm down, bro. Just be you, bro. We're talking about non-performance, and just feel free to be you, okay, brother? Whenever you match the nervous system with me, we're just vibing, bro. Vibing.
Yeah. Hey, I don't go live. That's why. But
Is this your first live?
yes, in a while.
Oh yeah, bro. Welcome back, dude. Welcome back,
bro. Cisco, tell them about your first time too. You were a lurker too, right?
Yeah. I mean, I started baby steps with X Spaces, so it's audio only for a while, and then he started doing Instagram. I was shitting my pants for sure. To show myself, and I have to pay attention. Bro, I could be laying down scrolling on X, while I'm in a space, but here I have to, lock in. So, but he's good. He provides a non-judgmental space. If you have questions, this is the time to ask them, and vice versa. He'll ask you questions.
Let's do it. Yeah, Marco, what do you got for us? What you've been thinking? You want to talk about? What do you want to talk about? Let's talk about what you want to talk about. What's on your mind, brother?
Love. Hey, the universal language, for sure.
All right,
damn, bro, keep going, please. Keep going.
Yeah, how do you define love?
Ooh.
And now connection.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The first word, connection. Wow.
Conexión.
Who's that, dude?
Who?
Look at TV.
Is your TV, bro?
Me? Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Marco. So tell us more. Connection, love. So why did you say this?
Yeah, what's your
why?
question about
Well,
it?
yeah. Why are you thinking about love, bro? Are you in love?
Um,
Yeah.
Yeah, you're in love, bro. Who are you
Yup.
in love with, bro? Bro, who are you in love with? Tell us.
um, seriously, with life.
You're in love with life. Tell us why you're in love with life, bro. I mean, because this world, everybody's craziness, wars going on, and a lot of pessimistic people, bro. But you show up and you're like, love, and I'm in love with life. What is going on? Tell me. Yeah.
Brought me to you guys. Um,
You think it's a synchronistic moment? Is that what you're thinking? Like the universe kind of brought you here for a special reason?
the signal
Oof.
resonated with me intensely.
Mm.
Like,
Hey Marco, can I ask you,
yeah.
do you think like I don't know, in the last so many years, like has it been easier or harder or about the same to kind of like just reach a basic level of connection with people in public? Do you think people are more guarded now? Is it about the same? Has it gotten easier for you? What do you think?
A mix, open, but mostly open.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm. Hey, Marco, have you been watching my videos as well?
On now, I watched one.
Okay.
Yeah, the psychology one, like 7 signs to tell something psychologically wise. Yeah, it was a while back, since before 3. So it
But
just
so you don't watch the videos, but you come to Vibe Sesh though.
yes.
Interesting.
Mm.
Wow. Tell me more. Wow. So you're not into the videos? I feel a little offended, bro.
No,
You
I
don't like
am.
my videos?
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I said I saw the first one and
Uh-huh.
automatically I had to follow, and then
Oh wow.
the vibes came,
The
and I
vibes came. Wow. Oh my gosh. Guys, I can't even believe this guy's saying this, bro. I feel like I'm dreaming right now. I mean, what is going on right now? Bro, what is going
Hey,
on
bro,
right
that's a
now?
lot of validation we needed for Vibe Sesh. Like,
I know
people
I'm
care for it.
overloaded.
It's a great feeling.
Wow, it's amazing. Hey, Cisco, you believed in us, didn't you? You didn't. You knew we would get here or not? Like this level of
I
the,
mean, when me and you started a year ago, I mean, I understood it like day one.
no what words
What
of
Vibe Sesh is,
affirmation
bro,
tonight.
I get it,
Oh,
you know? And it's opportunities like this. We get to meet new people, learn more about them. It opens up just beautiful conversation. You know, you're talking about love, connection. And I thought it was about to go romantic, and then you're like, life. I was like, oh,
yeah,
that was a
he got me there
curveball.
too. I was
I
like,
was like,
I love, my girl or whatever, or my dude.
you
You
know.
know what I'm
So
saying?
I wanted you to like expand on that because
Yeah.
that was a curveball, and like it was very deep. But I wonder more like down that rabbit hole of what you meant.
synchronicity is the key, the main one that is giving me chills, literally down my neck, my the back of my head. I feel it, and yeah.
So what do you think all of this means, man? I mean, it's so intense and you're feeling it in your body, in your nervous system. So what does this mean?
I'm in the right place.
Mm.
Mm.
Yes, brother.
My guy, I feel that way, and we've never said this. We've never said this, Brandon. Why don't we say this
Everybody,
enough? Every vibe session, we need to say this. I feel
that's
like
great.
exactly like DeMarco. I feel like I'm in my place. And we need to share this to more and more people like Marco and all of us who've been like, we've been craving this shit. You know what I mean? This is crazy. And the algos brought us together. What do you have to say, Brandon?
Yeah, I mean, I think the audience is loving Marco, by the way. Thanks for stopping
Yeah.
by, Marco. We all love you,
They
brother.
want
You're
to learn
always
more about
welcome
Marco.
here.
They're very
Thank
excited
you.
in the comments.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. And I think he's right, dude. Like, I think there's a lot of people that just feel really disconnected. You know, I mean, the internet is freaking amazing. And like all the tools, like there's a lot of things that's made our life easier, better. But at the same time, I feel like it's created a lot of distance and connection. And I think this authentic connection is a lot better. And I don't know, maybe like a forum like this is a little bit safer feeling, you know? There's a little bit of a digital thing between us, but out in the wild, it still seems sometimes, I don't know, I feel like people feel a little standoffish, but I don't know. I was out shooting pool the other night and it was pretty cool. Everybody was hanging out, but yeah, I don't know. Sometimes it just feels like there's a little bit more of a coldness nowadays than there used to be. I feel like
Why?
people are a little.
Why more coldness, do you think?
Um, I feel like we're being fed a lot more information, and some of it is got a lot of it. Well, I mean, everything has a bias, right? And so I think we have to think about so much more. Cause so I'm a Gen Xer, right? I remember before the internet, the only things you could know about were things you would go read about from the library or from magazine stands or a bookstore, or it would be people that you actually talked to. And then there was like the morning news and there was the nightly news. And that the fuck was it, bro. That was it.
Dang.
That was it. That's all you had to think about. That's all you had to think
I
about.
had the opposite.
Bro,
Man,
now
it's so
we're
simple. Oh
it
my
was so
God.
simple. Dude, I remember when CNN became the first like 24-hour news network. And I remember
I was
thinking like,
what? What?
Yeah.
How could you have a fucking channel with
Yeah,
just 24
yeah.
hours of news?
Exactly.
I was like, what?
Yeah, exactly. How is there enough shit going on, right? But it's
Right.
like, boy, and it's like, and yeah, there was enough shit going on, and like you could talk about everything, you could talk about anything, and like, and then all the network, and it was like, oh my god, now we have like 50 channels. Like this is amazing. I got Cartoon Network, I got all this shit, I got the Weather Channel. What the fuck, right? And all this stuff started coming online, and then the internet grew, and now we got these phones. Like we got these little minders that we have to pay attention to, and you look everywhere, bro, including myself sometimes. Nobody can get the fuck off their phone. And we're just like being bombarded with all this stuff that we got to think about all the time now. We got to think about all this shit all the time. And so we're not connecting with other people as much. Like, you know, like just even at the dentist's office or at somewhere where you got to wait in a lobby was an opportunity to connect with yourself, to be with your thoughts. Now nobody does it anymore. Everybody just reads or thinks or watches a video or watches fucking shorts or whatever. Headphones, bro. And so people are losing the ability, or they're losing the opportunities to connect with themselves so often, all the time. We used to get those all the time in life, and I think that helped us connect with other people. And now there's just like this distance, right? And now there's like these whole generations, like Cisco's generation has been kind of partially socially handicapped from these things. They've taken away from birth these opportunities to connect with themselves and connect with others. So now we see a degree of social awkwardness just because of that. Whereas like us Gen X is like, hey bro, if you wanted the thing, you had to go talk to somebody. You had no choice.
You had no choice, bro. You can't send an email.
No, you can't send an email. You can't buy that shit on Amazon.
Exactly.
Yeah. You can't click, it fucking ship. You had to go talk to somebody about it, right? And there were no reviews to read. You had to go be like, what do you think about this? Is it, you know? It's it's a whole nother world, man. There's layers to this. It goes really deep, and I think maybe that's part of the reason why. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I would say we definitely seek permission as like Gen Z, like compliance, like follow the herd, you know, keep each other in check, which gets very dangerous when it's like the wrong ideas. And then you guys, you're like, fuck that, I'm gonna go ask that guy, you know, break rules kind of vibe. Like you can bend social norms, you can go outside of them. And like Gen X has that vibe. And then Gen Z very conformist to mob mentality. Whatever's the greater number. So that's what I took from what you were saying.
That's interesting. That is interesting. I think you're right. I think us Xers do have a higher propensity to go rogue and be like, no, fuck that. You know?
Yeah. Hey, Brandon. So
Yeah.
IMB43S said free internet sounds so terrible.
It was the opposite, bro. It was beautiful.
It was
It was
the opposite, bro.
it was dude.
Tell him why it's the opposite.
Dude.
Get this guy. He's too like he's like, oh, post internet is the better. Tell him how good it was, bro. Tell him how good it was, bro.
Look.
Seriously.
Look, I'll say this. I mean, I've benefited a lot from the internet. I use AI. I've been Claude maxing for 6 months. I write software. I do all kinds of shit. I've loved technology my whole life, right? But I'm going to tell you just from a perspective standpoint, not from binary better. We were free when the phones were still attached to the walls. Okay. I come from a time that you couldn't call a person, you had to call a building. And like, you know, there was this beautiful thing that happened in the in-between. You were free. Like now I'm not free. People can get a hold of me anytime. I get messages all the time that a lot of times are kind of negative, you know, like a bill or a whatever, or something I have to tend to that breaks my concentration. It takes me out of the beautiful moment as it's unfolding. That used to just happen naturally. And now these things kind of own us, right? But I don't know, man. And we grew up in a time where, you know, we weren't bubble wrapped. We didn't, you know, we were kind of left to go figure shit out, which was sometimes dangerous. But a lot of times it was pretty fun. I mean, shit, I'm going to tell you right now, most of the shit, fun shit, there's got a little bit of danger to it. I mean, it you know.
So what did you do? That was so fun. This guy saying free internet sounds so terrible. So tell us what you did for fun back then.
Oh my God! I mean, we would ride our bikes everywhere in big packs, you know, and we all looked after each other. There was little kids and there was older kids, and the older kids looked after the little kids, and we would just kind of go around as a group, man. Everybody kept an eye on everybody, and sometimes we'd pop into somebody's house and their mom would give us popsicles, or she'd make friggin' PB&Js for us, or we'd go out in the woods for the entire day building a huge structure out of wood. We would go camping. Our parents would let us go camping out in the woods, man. As 11-year-olds, right? We would go out and build fires and like camp and sleep and get freaked out and think we saw ghosts or monsters or werewolves and shit. And we would hide in our tents, but it was amazing. It was the best shit ever. I don't know. It was, you could do stuff and you could make a fool of yourself, and it didn't be circulated around the world, right? Maybe they talk about it for a little while in school, but nobody had pictures. Like if you did something kind of embarrassing or dumb, we all do that stuff. And now like you can be indicted from doing that like 20, 30 years ago. Like it's like now there's like a record of like, oh, well, when he was 18, he did this dumb shit. Or when he was 16, he did this thing. And it takes out of context. And it's terrible. I mean, I'm so glad the things I did aren't on video. Because I did some dumb stuff. I get drunk and I ride on top of cars, and when they were going down the highway, and did all kinds of weird stuff. But anyway, I don't know. It was just different.
Man. Brandon, but you said that there's more freedom in that sense, huh? It's very interesting. You said you felt more free. Yeah.
Yeah. I felt like, there was more, people were more free back then. Now we're owned by the notifications, you know?
And
It's
the
hard to break.
surveillance state and everything. You're
It's
right, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's you get distracted, you get pulled back to your attention gets taken away from the present moment. Like for me, total freedom is being able to be in the present moment and not be interrupted. Right? Like that's the
Mm.
because I mean that's all there is the right now, man. Like the past is it's gone. And our memory of it isn't even correct. Like we'll everybody will remember it differently. And the future might not ever come, right? And that's what we're
Right.
always tripping about, and we're missing the present moment. And so we don't even get that now because there's a notification, there's a text message, there's an email, there's an alert from an app that I don't even know if I should delete. I mean, there's just like all this shit all the time, you know?
Mm.
It's not that important. It's not that important. Everybody thinks all this shit is so important. I mean, ask somebody who's on their deathbed what's important, you know? Are these notifications important? You know,
So you're
I
saying
go
like
once.
don't take. Mhm.
I go camping. I go backpacking with these guys once a year. Right? I've told you about this. And a funny story. So 2 years ago, we went out into the middle of nowhere. We go somewhere in between Minnesota and Canada. It's this place called the Boundary Waters. And we go out portaging. We take canoes. We take all of our food that we're going to need for an entire week or 10 days. And we have axes for taking down trees. We have everything that we need to survive, right? And we go in the middle of nowhere where phones don't work, right? And 2 years ago, we went and we all forgot to bring a watch. None of us brought a phone, and we all forgot to bring a watch. And so we didn't know what time it was for an entire week. So not only were we not being notified, by anything, no emails, no phone calls from your girlfriend or your wife, none of that shit, man. But we didn't even know what fucking time it was, right, for an entire week. And at the first day, it was kind of like, but then they're like, we don't need to know what time it is. We don't need to fucking know. The sun comes up, it's time to make breakfast. It's time to go get wood, and we get wood all because it's October in Canada, basically, so it's fucking cold. We get wood all day, so at night we can have a huge fire and stay warm and really enjoy ourselves and enjoy the snacks that we brought, right? And I'll tell
What's
you
the
something.
snacks? What kind of snacks at the
Oh,
fire?
fucking Johnny Boy usually makes up a whole bunch of fruit leather from homemade. He'll make a whole bunch of
What?
homemade fruit leather. Oh yeah.
What's
So
a
we have
fruit
like
leather, bro? Fruit
fruit
leather?
leather. Yeah, so it's like it's almost like dried fruit, but it's like rubbery, like fruit roll-ups.
Okay.
Like it's like natural gummy bears basically, made out of strawberry.
What?
Yeah,
Wow. Okay. Uh-huh.
and then we'll have hot cocoa, we'll have oatmeal. You know, we got all these different mountain houses, and we'll all decide
Uh-huh.
who wants the spaghetti, whatever. So all kinds of things like that. But my point is, the first couple days, you wrestle with you reach for your phone and it's not there. You think about fuck, well what about work, the email?
You literally reach
Yeah,
for something,
yeah,
right? You
yeah.
literally
I go to
reach.
right. I go to do my little fucking code so I can see what notifications I have, and it's not
No,
there, bro.
you get to that point? Bro, wait,
Yeah, I get to that point.
wait.
I'm gonna grab it. My thumb is ready. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. No, and then you start to panic. You're like, well, what if somebody called? What if a text? What if my wife? What if? And then it's like you wrestle with that, and then after like day 2, you start hearing your thoughts. Because there's
Oh,
no buses, there's no ambulances, there's no cars, there's no music from fucking Target distracting you. All that shit goes away, bro. And you're just with your thoughts. And then you're in your tent by yourself, and it gets real loud. And then you start to like listen to it, and you start to sort it all out, and you sort it all out into piles. And then by day 3, by 4, you're in a rhythm, and you're with yourself, and you start to think about like, what the fuck is important? What is important? And then what I like that year, I had a takeaway as I came back out of the wilderness. Geez, even 10 days later, bro, we were just in this little car, and then you get in a car with these guys. We finally make it back to the car. You know, we like portage out like 20 miles with canoes. We finally get back to the car. We get in this car. I'm like, this is so weird. And we start driving. I'm like, this is so fast. And then we get on the road, and I'm like, this is so crazy. We're like having almost head-on collisions like every 5 fucking minutes with another car. Like, this is insane. And then you get to that little town. I'm like, holy shit, there's people everywhere. It's like a town of 800 people. And then we go into the fucking restaurant, and I'm like, geez, there's fucking music playing. There's people over there. There's all kinds of shit going on. It's distracting as hell. And then you realize like what we lost when we went into the civilization, right? When you're out after a week, you sort your thoughts out. And then my takeaway was, I got to stop giving a shit about so many things. I got to figure out like what is important in my life, right? There's only so many things that really need my attention, and I need to really laser focus my attention on those things. And so we don't know that when we're just immersed in notifications, music, ambulance going by, airplanes, people, TV, commercials, billboards. Like it numbs us out, you know?
So much stimulation.
Yeah.
Amazing. Marco, what do you think?
Hey, that fruit leather threw me off for a second, honestly. But aside from that, I can relate. I can relate.
Aside from that, what, you been in the wilderness, bro, or what?
Something like that. Something like that.
What do you mean something like that? What does that mean?
Like camping.
I lived a similar life to
Brandon.
Brandon?
Sorry. Yeah.
What do you mean similar life? You mean you were heroin addict?
No, not that part.
Oh.
But
Oh.
other portions of his life. I can relate.
Which portions do you relate with Brandon? I'm curious, bro.
Extended camping. Let's call that for now.
Wow. Okay.
Extended camping. Yeah.
Did you do the silent retreat?
Spend some time in the bush.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Did you do like a
Marco is the most interesting guest we've ever had.
I think so, bro. Marco, I'm so happy you came up, bro. Holy shit, bro. Oh, man, talk about belonging, huh? That's why he's feeling tingly all over his spine and neck. Bro, come on, man. This is amazing. Wow. Marco's the most interesting guest ever, bro. I'm hot right now. Wow. Take over.
How do you feel, Marco?
Wow, good. Yeah. Cisco.
Yeah.
What did you say before Brandon?
I was saying, did you treat it like a silent retreat? Because he was basically saying no time, no stimulation, you know? And then he was just with his thoughts. And I was like, damn, I can't remember when I wasn't stimulated by just at least one notification, the billboard, like there's analog and digital triggers. And then being away in the wilderness, you know, none of that. So that was an interesting story. And then to think of like the mental development that came as a result, that was really interesting.
So, Cisco, would you go camping with Brandon?
Yeah, bro. I'm not survivalist, so I need someone else to like do that shit.
Brandon, we need to organize a trip. I'm serious. Imagine us with Gen Zers and we record all this shit. What do you think? Dude, we should go camping and organize a trip. Brandon, I'm serious, and record everything. What do you think?
I mean, it's beautiful when you get out like that. I like to do portaging. For those that aren't familiar with that term, it's just basically backpacking with canoes. Obviously, you got to go to a place where there's lakes, but it's really cool. The way that we usually go, we could take bigger groups, but the way we usually go is 2 guys per canoe. And so we go with a group of 4 guys, but we could expand it, make it bigger. We go with 4 guys, so everybody's got their pack. And then we have 1 pack that's just like the wet food, like the milk, the steak, the chicken, all the things that we really want to enjoy out there to really like live large. And then we have another pack that's in a bear keg that's just dry goods, so like oatmeal, whatever kind of stuff that we want to have for the dry goods in the mountain houses and all that kind of shit, the freeze dried shit. And so we have basically every guy has their own pack, and then we have these 2 extra packs, and then we have 2 canoes, right? And so you throw everything in the canoes where we start, and then we paddle to the first island, the first portage, and then you throw, you know, maybe they're maybe a mile or 2 across the lakes. Some of the lakes are like 100 feet deep, so you don't want to go under. But we usually we make the gaps during not, you know, you don't want white caps, bro. You don't want white caps on the water. Nice, calm, no crosswind, stay to the side. If it starts getting crazy, go closer to the shore, right? But sometimes you got to shoot across the lake. Anyway, you hit the first portage, and you put your regular backpack on, and one of the 4 guys puts the front wet pack on, so he's got 2 packs. Another guy puts his backpack on. Everybody's got their own backpack. The other guy puts a dry pack on his front, and the other 2 guys are wearing their backpacks and throws the 2-man canoes over their shoulders. And then we hike over the island.
Isn't that heavy, bro? Isn't that super heavy?
Well, they make them. They're about 70 pounds. We use the Winona canoes, the 2-man canoes. The fiberglass ones are pretty light, so they're about 70 pounds. So you got probably a 30 to 40, maybe 50-pound pack if you're taking too much shit, and then you got a 70-pound canoe on your shoulders. So it gets pretty. But you know, if you're a new guy, probably just take the dry packs. But yeah, anyway. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. And when you get out there and you make camp, it's like the first day we're doing all the portaging and shit. And then,
let's do this. Let's organize this trip. What do you think? You would join us or what?
I'm just thinking about my shoulder. I'm like trying to row, and then there's like waters, and I'm like, I'm sorry. I was just like visualizing.
I'm sorry. We're thinking
I can't support the squad,
But that's what you need to learn, brother.
No, but I'd be down to like hike and then like camp, and then is it like would you go like a weekend or something? Like what's like the time range of these adventures?
We like to do at least a week, because if you're going to go for the trouble to get all the way out there with all that stuff, and I mean, it's hard to do all that and then just turn around and go.
Go on a week. Let's do it, Cisco. Fuck it. Let's do it. Marco, you're joining us? Marco, you joining us or what? Yeah?
Big time.
We got to fucking organize.
Hell yeah.
Imagine
I'll tell you what,
bro, and we got to take a video of everything.
So we like to go up north in October, because then all the bugs are gone. And it does get a little bit cold, but we like to source places to where you can take wood and have fires. So we don't chop down live trees, but we'll take, any standing dead wood is fair game. And so we got these, it's just those little wire saws, basically. It's basically a chainsaw. It's not a wire saw. So it's basically, it looks like a bike chain, but it's just linkages with. It's basically a chainsaw. It's a fucking chainsaw with 2 leather straps, and you wrap it around the tree, and you can take down freaking telephone pole sides trees with those things, And then we drag them back to camp, and then we process them, and we like to have big ass fires. Because it gets cold at night. And I'll tell you what, it sucks when you're sitting around a campsite with just your headlamps in your fucking mountain house and there's no fire. So we like to have really good sized fires so everybody stays warm. And it gives you something to do. And it's a great workout. I don't know.
Bro, but
it's great.
I watch these camping videos, and all these super popular camping videos, the big segment is the food. Like what they're cooking, how they're cooking it, what they're bringing. Is it noodles? Is it a special sauce? Is it, bagels? I mean, they macaroni and cheese, and you're wondering, like, what are they going to eat? That's what I want to watch. I would literally forward these camping things. I would literally forward to where they were eating food. I was just so curious. I mean, that's the other thing about grabbing certain pieces of your attention, right? Like, why do I care so much that I'm looking for the food part in camping videos, right? But what kind of food did you cook?
Yeah, dude, exactly. Like, as tradition, we always like to have ribeyes on the first night. So
ribeyes on the first. Look at Marco, you got him excited, bro. Marco excited.
Look at his lips.
We do ribeyes on the first night. There's always a night where we do hobo dinners, where you basically cut up
hobo dinner.
What's hobo dinner, bro?
We call
Who
them
you
hobo
looking so?
dinners. Like you cut up some onions, you cut up some potatoes, you cut up some beef or some bacon or whatever, and you put it all in like a tin foil, and you put it on the fire, and it all melts together. You put in like olive oil or whatever, butter, put in whatever you want to put in there. It's really good. It's like fattening, good meat fat, and then butter, and then like starchy potatoes, and just kind of mix it all into a thing.
Bro, I think we need to seriously organize massive
Yeah,
camping trips, bro. Bro,
yeah,
imagine how, no, Brandon, I'm being serious. Imagine you're talking about your mission is to help dudes, right? Like, right?
yeah,
And
yeah.
imagine we're able
Men's retreat.
to men's retreat. I mean, how
Oh yeah.
transformative would it be, bro? Bro, I feel like I can. It's transformative. Even a 1 hour breakthrough call. Imagine a week in the
Yeah.
wilderness with everything that
Well,
you're talking about. With the like, bro, like the hobo thing. I wanna experience the hobo meal or whatever you're calling it, bro. And then like being together and canoeing and figuring all this out and exerting physically, bro. How
no, it's so
amazing would it
therapeutic.
be?
Yeah.
It's so therapeutic, man. And we'll take anybody under our wing, dude. You know what I mean? You just got to carry your weight out there, but like you don't have to chop down trees. We got you. We'll do that. But I'm sure you'll want to try cuz it's a lot of fun. Using those, it's amazing how good those saws work when they're sharp. Sometimes they get dull and then we got to sharpen them, but that's something to do at camp, right? Um
Mm.
all of that is so good for you, man, to get out there and just, but the biggest thing is the digital detox, man. The first couple of days is really hard, but
Mm.
there's other guys to talk to about that, right? You could say, "Oh man, I miss my girlfriend," or I'm really worried that I'm missing this thing that might be from work." It's like, well, how does that make you feel? Well, you think it's going to be okay? Like it's going to have to be okay, And then you wrestle with your emotions and your thoughts, and I think it's good for anybody, but it's really good for guys because, like I was saying earlier, guys are generally islands. So the bonds that you forge when you go on trips like that is really, really tight, bro. Because we're kind of leaning on each other for survival too.
Mm.
We don't put ourselves in dangerous situations, but some of this shit is dangerous. Felling trees with a headlamp on sometimes, it's fucking dangerous. And so,
Mm.
and going across lakes that are 100 feet deep and ice cold, like it's fucking dangerous.
Hey guys, I just want to say one thing though. We made it at 10:14 and the live is still on, guys.
Really, that's how
Maybe
could
they
that
fixed
be?
it.
The Instagram gods have approved of me officially, guys. Mark Sesh lives.
Wow,
Amazing. Yeah, we would have to
it's the
reset.
first.
I was waiting for it to like shut down.
Yeah, but we were so present in the conversation, man. Like,
Yeah.
isn't this such an amazing feeling, Marco? Isn't it beautiful? Like,
It
Let's
is.
hear from
we
It
just
Marco.
really
met
is.
you. We just met Marco, and we love this guy, bro. He's like a brother, bro. We all love this guy to death. We all love this. That's amazing, bro. Bro, what do you think is going on with the algorithms? Like, there's a lot of bad shit going on with the algorithms. It's polarizing us if you're into that shit. But right, like to bringing us together, this was an amazing, beautiful thing by the algorithms, right? So how do you think about that, Brandon? Like the tension between those two things,
Oh, you're
algorithms
asking
being,
me.
yeah, algorithms
I'll,
dividing us, polarizing us, right, left, anger, whereas we're not in that loop. We're in a different kind of loop where the algorithms are introducing, there's like this dichotomy now, right? Like you have like the performative, but the algorithms are matching us up with other people like us, because then we'll consume more if we see more content that's on the awareness side. And you know what I'm saying? So I feel like there's two different worlds going on. What do you think about that?
yeah, like I don't know. I mean, the algorithms are always so mysterious to me, and I don't really pay attention. There's probably other people you could ask about like what they've noticed from things that they've changed up. I haven't been a very big content creator. I have a degree of followers over on TikTok, but that's just me posting climbing
Mhm.
videos and basically wearing short shorts, so people watch that shit.
The ladies.
Yeah, some and just climbers, I think. But yeah, that's
The
a good question. I
Latinas.
mean, yeah, Filipinas, yeah. Yeah,
Everybody knows about you in the Filipinos, dude.
I guess. Yeah, it's
Uh,
weird. You get like, you get a couple people following you, and then the algo is like, oh, these are the people you want to see, and it's like,
but Brandon, what I'm
yeah.
asking you is like, what's happening now? Have you been able to? I guess so, right? Like, you seem like you have a good, like, physical close friends. I don't know, like, but like, I'm asking you, how special is what we have here? Because like, I don't have this kind of relationship in real life. I mean, I have friends and good friends, but like, being intellectually, psychologically, philosophically, value, I don't know. There's like a, certain mix of things that make me feel like this is very special. But I don't know. You have more relationships in the physical world. So how would you compare that if you could?
I'm not sure exactly what you're asking me, but I think what we're doing here is great. Like, I love this. I mean,
I'm
obviously,
saying, do you have this outside in the real world? This level of connection and intellectual stimulation and the diversity of things we can talk about and the openness and the curiosity. I'm asking you, do you have this in the real world?
I do have a few. I do have a few guys that
Mm.
I talk to, mostly from the climbing gym. I feel like the climbing gym has
Really?
been an amazing. Yeah, the climbing gym is an interesting place because it's mostly people that they have a system, and I don't want to sound arrogant or biased. I'm sure I'm biased. We're all biased, but I feel like climbing gyms have I don't know. There's a lot of engineers. There's a lot of doctors. There's a lot of people that go there, and so they're
Mm.
into having higher level conversations about
Wow.
mathematics, about physics, about markets, about how they intersect of those things. So I do have a lot of those conversations at the climbing gym. Some pretty deep conversations, but the average people, like, it fosters an interesting synergy of, like, everybody there is pretty disciplined. They're pretty dialed in on their physical sense, and that's translating for them for, like, their business sense. Most of them are pretty on a pretty successful track because they're just that way. The whole art of climbing is kind of like I've told you this before. Like, as a climber, you show up to like a gym, and everything that's been set is kind of impossible to climb at first. Like, you've never climbed it before. It's really hard. And then you try, and you try really hard, and you try really hard, and you try really hard. And then by the end of the day or by the end of the week, it's possible. And so you get used to seeing things that are impossible and making them possible day in and week out. And so that kind of makes you think that you can do anything if you try really hard. So there's that aspect to it. And then, yeah, I don't know if any of that's making sense, but I've cultivated some pretty deep relationships with people that we have some pretty high level intellectual conversations from there, I think.
Mm.
Putting in a plug for climbing as a hobby.
Bro, I never knew that. Wow, the climbing people. Wow.
Yeah.
So they're able to talk about a lot of different things as well.
Yeah. I've found some very interesting conversations there. A lot of them. Yeah. A lot of my friends are, yeah, it's a different vibe from a regular gym for sure. Absolutely. Somebody
Holy
was just
shit.
saying
All
that.
right. All right.
Yeah.
I thought this was impossible in the physical world, so I'm a little jealous of Brent.
Yeah.
I can't find
Well,
that shit, bro.
that's the only
Seriously.
other.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't find it in the wild. Like, at the climbing gym, I've had some pretty amazing conversations and
That's
connections.
interesting. Wow. I gotta go join the
Uh,
local climbing gym then.
yeah,
Let's
yeah,
check
you
that out. I'm
should.
serious. Wow.
That place saved my life when I went into my divorce, for sure, man.
Do a lot of women go? Will I meet nice women if I go to the Brazilian climbing gym? Yeah.
The most in shape women you'll ever meet go there. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
Cisco climbing gym, Marco climbing gym, brothers. What do you think?
yeah, yeah,
Taking notes.
yeah.
You know.
It,
Uh,
it is. It's a great place. It's a great place to meet ladies
yeah.
if that's what you're looking for too, because it creates a natural place where you can actually talk to people that you don't know.
Uh, uh,
Like, I've made so many friends there because you're both looking at the same problems, right?
Mm,
Like that's what we call them in the climbing gym. We call them problems. So
right.
you'll be looking at a climb. Maybe she's looking at a climb, and maybe you'll see her climb it. Maybe she'll see you climb it. And you're like, yeah, that foot swap, man. That foot swap's nasty over there on the third chip, right? And you'll just start climbing about it, and you're already both obviously interested in it, and so you create a vibe, bro. Like it's a thing, right? And it's safe to talk about the foot swap, and before you know it, if you're interested in each other,
It's
like,
safe
hey
to
man,
talk about the foot swap,
Yeah.
guys. It's safe to
yeah,
talk about the foot
yeah,
swap.
it's a little different. Maybe I mean maybe that happens in gyms too. I guess like if you're all working on the same. I don't know. I've never been to a gym. I've never been to an actual gym. I've only been to climbing gyms. So
He's never been to an action. Wow, interesting.
yeah,
And
I don't like gyms. Gyms freak me out, man. But I've never been.
yeah. Hey, so Cisco, how's it going with the dating life? You read the book. Tell us about the book and like, well, how are you thinking about your life? You figured out that you're needy. Let's talk a little bit about this because I
I was
think this is
just
an important conversation. Being like to help younger men, Brandon, about the world and being non-needy, bro. So tell us, Cisco, what have you learned from the book?
yeah. So it's just establishing. Well, neediness is just again you do behaviors to for the approval of others. Non-neediness is you act in accordance to your own principles, your self-worth. That when you act authentically and be vulnerable, I'm giving you the chance to accept me or reject me, and I'm okay with either route. Otherwise, before, which I realize now with the book, like I was very needy that I would alter behavior to get a yes. Like, accept me,
Mm,
validate me, I exist in your life. Like, you
mm,
know? So now being non-needy and trying to understand that, you got to be very firm in like who you are authentically. And it's like your wants. Like, fuck anyone else's wants.
mm.
Whatever was inherited, whatever was just forced upon you or told to you. I'm like, damn, this is really a thing about agency and
Mm.
like like truly deciding whether my parents told me to think a certain way, grandparents or the world or the government. Like, there's so much that conforms what you do. But if you're willing to accept the consequences of who you are, you live in like freedom essentially because you're not attached to them liking you or not. Like, you permanently detach from needing that to feel validated. Like, you self-validate. And I was like, holy shit, because I was really seeking that external validation, right? Um, and there was a good quote, like, chasing an avoidant is the ultimate self-avoidant. You're just always outside of your brain. And maybe if you're chasing someone, breadcrumbing you, blah, blah, blah. So even, yeah, recently I had to literally like take space even with a situation. And, I was really getting into my imagination and then getting attached to the imagination rather than the reality of how I was being treated or just the situation. And then in a weird way, you're like grieving what that potential was, but I made it all up. But it felt very real, which is really interesting. So now it's kind of coming back to source and looking internally. And then
Mm.
and kind of like what Ricardo taught us with the boxes. And if your woman's like a primary box focus, you need to have rock climbing, you need to have your vibe coding, you need to have your, like, if this, everyone wants this people want love and they want this person, they choose that person. But if that person leaves for whatever reason, you're never there to force someone to be with you. You have rock climbing, you have vibe coding, like, you're okay and you can keep living life. So I guess my kind of struggle lately was being a bit negative and miserable, and then a good thing comes along. It was very euphoric. but then I was getting breadcrumbed, and that was euphoric. And I'm like, damn, that's sad.
Mm.
That is
Sad
sad.
again. Damn.
Why was
Right.
breadcrumbs like, because life was just not going good. But now it helped me observe that. I'm like, holy shit, I gotta get my shit together because I gotta love life.
Mm.
Someone can join that, you know? So, dude, lots of like self-reflection in these past couple of weeks now that, just another person, and then like they act certain ways and you didn't anticipate, and it's just like feelings, and you're like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, I haven't been feeling like that, and perfect timing
But
with
you're
your book,
so
Bruno.
right,
Perfect
bro.
timing with your book.
I knew you needed it, bro. Yeah, I always
Because
got you, bro.
I was
You
needy.
got.
I needed external I was conforming to get them to accept me. And you got to be okay with letting a baddie go if it ain't aligned or whatever. Like,
Ooh, there's many baddies.
if there's that friction, you're going to take a risk. Sometimes it's worth working on friction if they're maybe going to be proactive and growth mindset, maybe. Otherwise, it's like that just burns and then destroys, like, physics. But thank you for letting me, in that direction. It's been very interesting reading that book. It's my life has changed after he introduced it.
Your life has changed, right, bro? I'm not even kidding you. That's why I've been telling you for the longest time. Just read it. Any young man, guys, any young man listening out
Mark
there,
Manson models
listen. I know
attract
it's the
women through
cheesiest fucking title.
honesty.
Mark Manson is embarrassed about his own title. I mean, it has a cheesy cover, the fucking long history, very interesting history about it. But it is literally all the Gen Xers. I see a lot of interviews with famous Gen Xers like Tom Segura, the comedian, and he had Mark Manson on his podcast, and he was like, "Man, I wish I had this thing when I was 20. When I was 20, it's the Bible of dating about how to truly interact with the opposite sex, right? Like in a like good, wholesome, good,
It's so
loving
simple.
way."
It's so fucking simple. It's not complicated. Are you needy or not needy? And are you willing to be vulnerable? And that's the gift of truth. It was like, that was it.
Oh,
And he's like,
tell us
dude,
about tell
he's
us
like, I'm
about the
not going to give you
vulnerability.
values. This book
Cisco.
is not about giving you values. You come up with that, and you got to stand your ground. Like, be your authentic self.
Hey,
Even if
but
that
what
means
is
that
yeah.
person leaves. So you have,
Mm,
that's not easy. It's easier said than done. So
right.
I just learned about it.
Bro,
I'm like,
Cisco, what did you learn about vulnerability? Because a lot of times when guys talk about vulnerability, they think, oh, emotions, oh, you're vulnerable, you're
no.
gay. You know
Well,
what I'm
it
saying? What
is.
is vulnerable?
It is that. It's just you being truly authentic to how you feel and what you want. So, like, for example, a girl could want a long-term relationship, but you're like, no, I just want to fuck. And you could be dialed in and locked in. And then if there's that misalignment, you're okay with that. Like, you're not going to be like, oh, come on. Like, I'm good. Move on. Like, you got
Yep.
to be okay, because some guys will, like, love bomb and, like,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to be my girlfriend just to fuck them.
They'll lie to her. Yeah,
Then they're like,
exactly.
oh, I just wanted to fuck. So, if you're just blunt about it, she just says yes or no, and then you just keep it pushing. Like, so some guys have a lot of success in that because it's a numbers game at the end of the day. It's just like sales,
Yeah.
outbound, just
You
outreach,
throw
cold
a
outreach.
wide enough net, you'll get something eventually
Just go
with
on
whatever strategy.
Tinder, just swipe, and then shoot all these messages.
Exactly, dude. You could have an AI do it, right? Just yeah.
But and it's been okay. It's just like you have to live with your consequences. So like, if this beautiful girl
Yes.
literally says, I reject you, you have to be okay. And he's like, dude,
Yeah.
it wasn't going to align. And you'll have
Yeah.
plenty to align with. And
Mm,
you won't even be attracted to things you're misaligned with, even if she's hot. Like, that's what he ends up saying.
Yeah.
Like, And then he's like, this is
and
not
even
performance. There's no
right.
quantity. That's you seeking approval.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't have to bang all these chicks. Like these pickup artists are like, all right, use this line, and he's like, dude, you run out of lines because it's not you. I'm like, yeah. So he's like, just be like I am right now, and if you don't fuck with me,
Yeah.
Like, all right,
Good either way.
accept it. So that's hard. That's
Yeah.
So I'm in the progress of figuring that out.
Hey, Cisco, what does it mean to be vulnerable? Because
Again, it's willing to stick your neck out, and you accept either consequence. So it's like it's yes or it's a no. So accept or reject.
So it's just telling your truth. Hey, it's very interesting. Vulnerability is just telling your truth.
About my feelings because I authentically want to express that to her. And if she doesn't fuck with that, I'm still gonna say it to you. I'm just gonna give, and I can't control your behavior. But if we're aligned, you're gonna like be reciprocal. You're gonna be nice, whatever.
Dude,
but if I don't find that, you have to be willing to exit, or they exit.
Hey guys, so is like vulnerability equals truth?
Everyday problems by sharing bad advice on TikTok.
It's leading with your truth, yeah.
Yeah, I think in a large degrry it is. I think he's right.
There are people out there that don't have it.
But you don't want to lose the girl that you're holding, and you will conform. And I was like, I've done that plenty. So me looking back at previous, and I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ.
It's awareness, bro. Brandon, isn't it amazing?
That's awesome, bro. I love this. This makes me so fucking happy to hear our buddy and young man Cisco saying this stuff. Because, bro, this is like, I didn't know this shit. I didn't know this shit at his age. Like, I just learned this shit like 3 years ago, bro.
You got to get your kids to read this Mark Manson book when they're ready. When they're ready.
I'm
not fucking kidding you, man. The best.
I'm gonna check it out.
They should listen.
And like everything he's saying too, like, one of the things that I took away from when Cisco was talking is like, it's good to have some space. Like if you do have a girl, right? If you do have a girlfriend or a wife or whatever the seriousness of the relationship really matter, it's good to have some space. Like you have to have a you. You can't like just meld together with the person. Like that is so, it can become so.
Enmeshment. It's called
enmeshment.
Right.
Right. Like a guy has to have his thing that he just keeps sacred, right? And doesn't mean he doesn't share his thoughts with his partner or whatever. And the other thing is, I think people lean on each other too much in relationships. They expect their partner to be everything, like their therapist, and then people say, "Oh, you got to get vulnerable." It's like, listen, like what Cisco is saying is perfect. Lead with your truth, and you don't have to share all of your fears, your frustrations with your partner. That's why it's so good for men to start connecting with other men and have communities of men outside of their partnership. Like, bro, I can get real vulnerable with my homeboy and tell him, man, I'm really freaked out about this shit, or I'm really like, that's the shit I take to my homeboy. I don't need to take that to my girl, right? I can get that shit sorted so I can lead with my truth and be more aligned, or more, what's the word? Like a better homeostasis when I show up with her, right? Have a better processed, better frequency, a better processed resolution of all my things. And I can say, I got these things that I'm a little bit worried about, but I'm working on it. I got these people, whatever. Like one of the problems is I think guys get way too vulnerable with their girl, and they kind of burden with all the stuff that they need to be working out with their girl. And we can do that with our guys. It's good to have people to talk to, right? And we can burden our guy friends. Burden me all you want, bro. Like I'll take all your shit. Like I'll tell you what I think.
Bro, that's
like, it's
so
all good.
True. Yeah, I'm like, tell me everything. Whatever you think.
Yeah.
Tell me. Bro, everybody that I'm talking to now, I'm just, tell me, man, what's going on? Just tell me. I
can handle that shit because I don't need to break. I don't need to break up with you. I can be like, hey, I think you're crazy about this shit, and we could still be homies after it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
How
yeah.
Why do people don't have that anymore, bro? That just
Well,
social media.
I think women do, but I don't think guys do very often. That's the problem. Guys just keep it all bottled up because they don't have people they can talk to about it. And then every once in a while, they let it all rip out onto the girl, and she's like, "Whoa, bro, you need therapy," right? I think
And
that's
when
one of
it's
the
all,
problems.
it's just community. It's just talking, hanging
Yeah,
out like this,
yeah,
right?
exactly. Guys need to
Bro.
have their own communities more, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, so guys, let's talk about this. So, how do we form this community? Let's talk a little bit about how do we form this community. I mean, I'm like 1,000%. Whatever you guys need me to do, let's do it. But we gotta like do this jointly, figure out whatever. I can do a lot of the work, blah blah blah. But like, what are we building here, bro? Like, are we building a man's community thing? We don't. You don't think? Maybe
I
we
think the
start with
more
them.
opportunity you let men on Vibe Sesh, like it's just gonna. I think that's just as basic as you need to get. Maybe it's
Mm,
like going on a different platform, so like more can join at one time, and then be a
mm,
lot more. But like StreamYard, you can invite people with a link, and then people request, and you approve
woo,
it.
mm-hmm.
And you guys right now, like again, like, and that's why Marco's here and he's still listening. Like, it's very chill. Everything's hyperactive, and you guys are talking about real stuff that we don't hear in our day to day. And then now I get a chance to talk to older. I'm 25, so I get the privilege and the honor to speak to you guys. Because not every day you can come across like mentors like you guys. So, and then you guys can just speak to us, ask us questions. We ask you questions, and that's what you would do on that camping trip. That's what you would do.
Mm.
So this is where it's a digital campfire. And every person adds a log to like keep the flame going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So every person that joins along is more logs. The campfire fire gets to expand and bonfire.
All right. Hey. So you think I should take it seriously? Because I was thinking like I'm gonna spend more time on. I want to have the most impact, right? So I was thinking like I don't know about this community thing. It's gonna take a lot of work, and are people gonna find
Just
value
stick
in
to live
it?
shows. Live shows, bro.
Huh?
Live shows. This is where you're a master, bro. And I think you'll get ideas when you get more guys talking to
No,
you.
no, right. Lives and StreamYard and things like that, right? Just
I think you
make
can
it.
multi-stream, if I'm not mistaken. Like you could go across
Cecil, can you
multiple.
look that up for us?
Yeah, I'll do research.
You're the tech guy, man. I'm an unk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's just letting every platform know, hey, go to this
The
link.
UNC,
Go to
the
Yeah,
UNK.
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
I think it's
Ma-
just, because maybe like Marco, like when I first spoke to you, I was so fucking train wreck nervous. And you got to ease my nervous system into it. And that's where just exposure of just hanging out here. And then here and there we'll be like, hey, Marco, what do you think? And then he's like, oh, shit, now I got to talk. And then over time, it's easier over time. Because that's what he would do. I'd be listening intently, and he's like, Cisco, what do you think? I'm like, oh, XYZ. He's like, tell me about why. I'm like, okay. Blah, blah, blah. Tell me about Z. Okay. That, bro, and like you guys are saying, no one is asking men questions, and men don't get to ask questions.
Hey, say it again, slowly, please. I'm writing things down. So
Shit.
much fun.
Men don't get asked questions, and men don't get to ask questions.
Oh, what do you think about that, Brandon? What do you think about that? Men don't get to
What do
ask questions.
you mean? Where do you mean in society or what?
Yeah, in general, like, well, maybe you having good friends like the rock climbing group. Now you guys are asking that question, so maybe me more from an
No,
introvert.
yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. Like a lot of
The older
times
man
you
doesn't
feel.
ask a young man a question,
Mm-hmm.
and then the young man sometimes doesn't have an opportunity to ask an older guy for whatever.
But at the rock climbing gym, everything happens like that. It's you get old guys, young guys.
Yeah,
It's
maybe.
like
Well, I don't think it just has to be at the rock climbing gym, but I mean, like anywhere where you have a common interest, I think it breaks down the barrier of approach, right?
Right.
So everybody's there to do the same shit, and they're like, "Hey, man, nice shoes," or "Oh, I like your chalk bag," or that's the climbing shit. But
Right. I was
you
on the
know,
swimming team. You're right. Like just the fact that you're so obsessed with one thing together, it
yeah, you'd be
opens
like, "Oh,
stuff
I got
up.
the same equipment as you, bro. I like that brand or whatever the fuck it is." You know what I mean? And you start chopping it up. I think that's a really good thing, But
Mm,
yeah.
What do you
mm.
think, Marco?
Yeah, what do you think, Marco? Marco, so what do you think about a community? Do you want to go canoeing with us? Would you come to a trip with us where, no, I'm being serious. How fun would that be? Cisco, you're
That'd be
definitely joining
great.
us,
I
right?
would.
I'll
I
do
would.
it. So,
Sounds
Marco,
fun.
what do you think? What kind of community you think would be great to impact more people, bring more people like us in, to like be a place, like a haven, like a place where we can just chill and be authentic. What do you think about all of this?
Yeah, that would be utopia. A slice of utopia for us, at least. With more, who knows? But definitely with our group, I wouldn't mind.
Be
Utopia,
cool.
bro. He's saying we're gonna, he's saying we're gonna form Utopia, guys. Man,
Yeah.
I love Marco, bro. Marco, what do we call this guy? He's like Jedi Master or something, or he's like who's Yoda? He's Yoda. What do you
He's a
think?
yogi.
He's-
He's a yogi, man. Yeah.
Marco, what is your background? Why are you so aware, so smart? I want to really get to know you. Seriously, tell us more. I'm so interested. You're so calm and you're so zen, but then you were a little nervous in the beginning. Now I feel like you're like totally in it. You're in the vibe. You're feeling the vibe, right? So tell us your story, whatever you want to tell us.
Learning through silence, I think, would be a good way to really soak things in, to
Marco, you're a man of few words.
Mm. I like
Why?
it though. I like it
Why?
though, bro. I like it though. It's because I feel a little uncomfortable. I'm like, should I say something or
Yes.
should I?
Is there
But he like
more?
keeps me on my toes, bro.
Is this
That's
on
awesome.
purpose or
I don't know, bro. If
Marco?
so I didn't hear that. What? Yeah.
No,
Cisco?
I'm just saying, like the man of few words, and then you let us into silence. Like, is this intentional or?
Oh, part of it. It's part of it. Partly.
So we can't know with this guy.
we can't know
50-50.
this guy.
It's a coin flip.
It's a coin flip, buddy. Woo! Dude,
Right.
I think this was the best vibe session ever, Cisco. What do you think, bro? I feel like everything's
Every vibe session is the best vibe. You know, bro, that's such a good affirmation.
It
If you
is,
wanna
isn't
riff
it?
on that. Like, even if it's a shitty fucking no one showed up, we were like, that was the best vibe session. Like it's such a good mindset.
Isn't it a good mindset? Because then you start believing, like, no, actually it was, and you start rationalizing why it was.
And we've said that for a year, so that's like really like powerful. Like,
what do you think, Brandon? You're the manifestation guy. You're the Neville Goddard guy, right? Like the fact that every time we say, and we believe it, we're like, it's the best vibe sesh ever. And we figure out why it was the best vibe sesh ever. And so we manifest the fact that it's the best vibe sesh ever. What do you think about this whole thing that we've done? Yeah.
It is the best 5-6 ever. I mean, for two reasons. Because this is all there is, man. The past might not have happened, might be a hallucination. In the future, we could all die, who knows? And the other reason is Marco. So, you know what I mean?
yeah, new
So
soul.
it's been great.
Marco,
Yeah.
what do you think? Did you think we would receive you so lovingly like we have? Or you expected that because you're Zen and Yoda?
Not at all. Um,
Mm.
I feel like more of how I came through, you guys reciprocated in the best fashion way that I could ever expect.
Mm,
Guys, we
amazing.
are the Vibe Samurai. Guys, we we should be proud of ourselves, guys. And
But
yeah.
Marco, what's great is it's a transferable skill.
Mm.
Like you can be a vibe samurai, and then you can be a vibe samurai in other people's lives. Like that's the kind of the mission that I don't know. I saw it first day,
Yeah,
bro.
you're right. It's contagious. Everything's
We can all be
contagious.
vibe samurai.
Marco, do you feel like you're not a Vibe Samurai right now to the people in
Not
your
to say you're
life?
not. Not to say
Yeah,
you're not.
exactly. I'm just wondering, like, you think you're because he's very zen, so I feel like he's already a Vibe Samurai, bro. He might be better than DB, bro. He might be eighth degree. But
Black
what do
belt.
you think? Because
I'm
you
on the
seem
path.
very, you're on the path. Mm.
Yeah.
Bro, but you having these conversations with people in real life or in other whatever, digital or what? Like because you're deep, dude. I like your nervous system. I'm like syncing with your and I feel calm, bro. It's really, really. You're just like so chill, bro. And I'm like, damn, I should be more chill than Marco. You know what I'm saying? Like, so are you like this with your buddies and your family, your friends? What do you think?
Not so much.
Hmm.
I feel like thinking right now, it's the energy that's circulating within this space, and I'm part of it, legitimately, with you guys.
Mm.
That's a fact.
Oh my god, this guy's so deep, guys. I don't know what's going on right now, guys. There's a Marco. Who's this Marco guy, bro? Is he AI? He's amazing, bro. This dude. Wow. Wow, man. The people that we meet on these vibe sessions, guys. Like, first of all, I met all you guys, right? I mean, the algorithms, whatever, is doing some kind of job here, like, or whatever you want to call it. Man, this is amazing, this feeling. And I feel like so hopeful, so optimistic. Like, we can do anything if we just gather all. I mean, I really believe. Imagine, I mean, there must be so many of us out there, right? Like, if we really gather everybody in a community, think about the transformation we can do, right? Like, if this is really a hunger, Brandon, like this thing, and I think this camping thing would be amazing. And there's a huge trend right now. I've been reading like going back to physical stuff is trending now. So I think a lot of younger people are understanding that. So you're starting to see more like of these camping trips and this and that. So I think this is perfect, right? Because there's huge demand, I think. And it
Yeah.
could be so transformative if we unite. Like I know it's like crazy, right? And it's a big thing and the world is crazy. But I feel like all of us are reasonable people, right? And maybe we have differences here and there, but like I feel like we're all like commonsensical, and we can have those hard discussions to make those hard decisions for our future, for our kids, for our a country or the U.S. and blah blah blah. I'm very very hopeful if we get this right, and I feel like we're like part of this movement to be more aware and just like we could be such an amazing world. We have so many and it's just all like with the corruption and greed and all of that. I mean, we just remove that, it would just literally be utopia with the technology and everything that we can do and all the creativity from good people who want to do the right thing, but we're like being pulled on every direction, right? But from all this corruption and craziness. But so I think we could make a big change if we organize, start forming these communities little by little, and become a big voting bloc or whatever we need to do to affect real change, for the better. But I don't know. What do you guys
I
think?
think with the live shows, like you are giving people a voice when all they're given is a voice, like what they're hearing, the stimulations of the world. Like I think it starts here, like getting people up here, nervous, confident, whatever they happen. Like this is very just And men need this, because if men don't, like myself, like I'm very introverted, and then Brandon was saying here he has rock climbing buddies. Like I do not have that, but you guys on Wednesdays give me a sense of that, so I'm here. Thursdays I had that camaraderie with everybody, so I'm there, and we each help each other find our voice and project our voice, because it's like a whisper when it started, and now I'm speaking clearly, and well, I get grows to shouting or whatever, but like, because I've been talked at, and like the stimulation has always been happening at me, so like that inner voice wasn't loud, if that makes sense. So now I get to project out, and you guys give me the space to do so. So you, even on a weekly basis, once a week, and then now if 10 people, imagine you saw 10 videos, it could be a Zoom, if it makes it just so simple.
I think we do that, man. Yeah,
Just
we
a
move it
Zoom.
to somewhere where there's more people can show up, Brandon. I think it would be
Yeah.
amazing.
And then you just somehow have to be
Yeah.
like, oh, tell us about you, and then maybe people raise hands, and
Bro, Cisco,
have,
it will be very interesting to do this on video. We've done this on Vibe Sesh X, right? Like multiple 10, 12 people, whatever, full stage, and be able to, amazing conversations on Vibe Sesh X, right? Now, I don't know I think it could get very big too, right? And just kind of rotate people up, like new people, give people a chance to talk with. In the beginning, well, it won't be as big, but I think this can grow to where we can manage a pretty big group of people to have a conversation together, right? All right. And then you can, like, if it gets too big, guys like you can do your own digital campfire in
breakout rooms.
breakout rooms. I'm serious.
Yeah.
But the overall arching thing, we have our common goals, mission, values, right? We determined it as a community, right? And then Vibe Samurais like you can go start little subsections or subgroups, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I think people can get the confidence at some point to either stay with the Vibe Samurais campfire or make their own campfire, or both,
Whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
Exactly, bro.
You're just a super communicator now. That's all. Like, you're very intentional about being good at communication, and like, well, that's what Bruno's been teaching me, like the art of communication. Like, if you understand the human psychology, how your brain works, I can speak to you in a productive way that benefits you and makes you feel good, and not in any malicious way, like totally like
7339.
I hear Brazilian.
Valeu. Obrigado.
Brazil.
Yeah. Is that Portuguese?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was ordering. Burritos coming, but guys, we're gonna wrap the show.
Yeah.
It was the
I
best
gotta
show
go feed.
ever. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I love you guys. This was the most amazing
I
thing.
love you too.
I'll talk to all of you guys. Everybody, follow Brandon, Cisco, Marco. Let's go. Let's form this community.
Thank you for coming, Marco.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming, bro. I love you guys.
I love you guys.
Amazing. Peace.